actually good right now or only half measures to being able to deal with the Phantom Lancers. So I'm down with any team that just takes it out instantly.
Yep, they're a big remover. They played it a couple of times as well, and Rezo's played it twice in the group stage.
I always feel like, though, you pick a PL first 2 like OG did.
Could easily get countered.
Even if there's counters, right? The hero can just snowball out of control really quickly. Like, you get a good start, and suddenly you just like run away with the game.
It's been a problem for many teams. KP said it was a really big problem for newbie as well this tournament. They just haven't been able to find a way of coping with it.
Yeah. PL can be an insane hero. I'm back with a Tusk. Rare hero.
It's very much a comfort pick for No Fear. He played it in both of their tiebreaker games against IG. He's always played it a lot. That and like Earth Spirit are kind of the two heroes I'd associate most with him.
Good against Drow.
Yeah.
Can snowball on him.
Gap closer, like BKB piercing stun.
You can save people if they get arrowed.
Yeah, you've got a lot of counterplay with both those supports, right? Like, they're going to try and some sort of teamfight initiation. You're going to global silence. You're going to try and snowball save.
The only thing I would like for Winstrike now is like a hard initiator, that you can really make the use of the global silence offensively. Because right now they don't really have that.
Bane on the other side.
Bane against Tusk.
SVG play already.
This hero really takes a huge advantage out of the Dorm Ranger aura because of you just sleep and get a bunch of right clicks in. It's also probably one of the strongest laning phase supports as well.
Not particularly good against Silencer or Tusk though.
No.
Like both of them are very good against Bane. A lot of ways to counter pretty good. Lycan that is...
We've been talking about this.
That is an insane pick right now, actually.
I think Lycan's been very underpicked this tournament.
A 4th, 5th pick Lycan can actually win you games, and honestly, right now it's looking amazing.
Yeah, and the kind of heroes that deal with Lycan, you don't normally want to be picking in a Drow strat. Lycan historically has been a great counter to Drow. You just run right at the Drow. You've got this super speed Necro books and Helm of the Dominator creeps.
Yeah. If you ever come with
deal with Lycan, you don't normally want to be picking in a Drow strat. Lycan historically has been a great counter to Drow you had success with. So it's not like they're just doing something that super speed neighbor. They've actually executed and played this in their previous games.
If you ever come with
deal with Lycan, you don't normally want to be picking in a Drow strat. I think because they've shown it before, they're just doing something that super speed neighbor. They've actually executed and played this in their previous games.
Yeah, I think he still is like half the time.
So giving him the 10th pick is definitely a good choice. He has a good hero pool.
Well, it's also like if you don't 10th pick his hero, it's going to make VGJ.Storm be like, why aren't they 10th picking Icebergs? Why are they last picking a off laner or a safe laner, depending where the Weaver's going? And I think Lycan will be like, oh, yeah, that hero owns our lineup.
Yeah.
One of the things you always struggle with when you have Mirana in your lineup, especially if you put it side lane, is the fact that you won't actually have that kind of hard initiator. I really like both Earthshaker and DK here for VGJ.Storm. I think both of them work really well with Drone Ranger lineups, and they also give you kind of that hard lockdown. Ooh, the Wyvern counter to Lycan.
The classic counter.
And a good counter to the pickup of the Weaver as well.
Yeah, it's still like I would say not a full counter, because like, I can't remember who, I think it was Mark was saying, you know, you can still play this Lycan against Wyvern. It's not fun being the Wyvern because he can just send all his summons at you, not his hero, and then like, what are you going to ulti at?
No, that's what you need to do. You need to split your hero and your summons.
And
you go on 2 targets.
Yeah, the good Lycan players will just send all their summons one way, their hero won't be right next to them, so you can't actually always effectively use your Winter's Curse against Lycan.
That's kind of like a Meepo in that regard, where if you're really good with the hero, it's very hard to actually counter you. But your micro needs to be really, like, on top.
What do you think Winstrike need to wrap up their lineup? You need some sort of source of heavy magic damage, right?
Yeah, or even like I would like a good stun too. Right now they only have a Tusk. Like I wouldn't mind something like a DK.
They banned that themselves though.
Oh, they banned DK already, yeah.
I think the DK ban made sense, but it would fit their lineup.
Yeah. It's just a bit scary to play if you only have 1 stun, you know? Like right now if they get any disable or rooted at all, they can't really kill anything. Especially because they have Winter Wyvern as well as Bane to save people.
Yeah.
So like going on them is going to be really difficult.
I think they're mid. They're just going to look for a good lane matchup because they want to get this Lycan off to a good start. They're going to be looking at what is our lane, what counters that hero. Tusk can theoretically roam, so they may pick something for Iceberg that has good kill potential with the Tusk rotations.
Something like a Storm would be possible too.
And that's where it's like they have that last pick. So wait until you know what your enemy lanes are going to be. You can see Winstrike actually banned Venge. They see, you know, this Wyvern could be a 3 position, Mirana could go mid.
Could see like Venge core as well. They haven't really seen that much this tournament. But
Venge actually amplifies Draw Ranger way too much.
Yeah.
They're having some good fun in the booth.
Yeah.
Iceberg is like, they're gonna pick This year I'm gonna crush the guy with this.
They're just enjoying themselves from still.
Help would have been decent because the Drow lineup is going to come online around that 50-minute stage, and by then often now we'll already have Radiance.
And most of the good heroes against Alchemy is actually melee.
Yes.
There's heroes who can really pressure him.
And it's like one of those things where they could just pick it and VGJ.Storm may just not have a hero that can bully him in lane. If you can't bully the Alps lane, if he's actually farming in lane, that Radiance comes so much faster.
Yeah. What do they need?
Probably.
They got damage, they got disables.
Do they have enough burst damage?
Like a frontliner would be good.
Oh, you think frontliner?
Yeah, that's a big frontliner.
Underlord, yeah, the fat guy.
Do you know what? We were talking about this morning. I said in this game it was Monkey King and the taxi service, and we've got one of the two. He has the worst win rate at every TI, and he's only been picked 5 times. Only won 5 games ever in the history of TI.
Underlord, he's a bad hero, but he is a kind of counter to like. That's what they're thinking. They're willing to pick a hero,
take him out the fight, get him away,
mitigate his damage, just the aura.
You've got the pit as well against Weaver, as well as Lycan. It's a little bit.
They need a lot of damage on Winstrike right now. If that guy ever gets Pipe Crimson Guard, it's gonna be very difficult to chew through the lineup.
Something like a Lina here could be
Lina,
decent.
I like Lina.
Invoker, possibly.
Invoker is what I was thinking of. I'm not sure if you have stuff for Exort Invoker, that might be too slow, but you want damage out of it.
You want the damage out of it, and he can like transition to like a more crowd control kind of hero, because I think that's what they're lacking right now.
You want a Storm Spirit?
Storm Spirit is very hard to play against Underlord. If it ever roots you, you're kind of screwed.
Roots, Silence, Spain, there's a lot of control.
The big things is they have a really good, they're going to get Firestorm hit on top of you.
Yeah. And then
Play a Shadow Fiend. That would be something we haven't seen much of.
SF could be possible, but